Everybody's falling, you'll be there calling through thick and thin. Shoreline wishes, ambition disses, we're not caving in.
You're listening to Smart as a Cookie, the podcast, presented by USA Girl Scouts Overseas in partnership with me, Kristina Lachaga, pop singer-songwriter and your host of Smart as a Cookie. Welcome to the official kickoff of season 1. Cue the confetti. We are so excited to bring you the podcast versions of our interviews that we have featured at USA Girl Scouts cookie rallies over the past 3 years, 2021, 2022, and 2023. We can't wait for you to meet our incredible special guests, female guests, have to reiterate that, female special guests. They are incredible women and accomplished girls who are following their heartstrings. They're taking on the world and being total girl bosses along the way. They are entrepreneurs, Olympic athletes, women in tech, baking, rock climbing, marketing, and PR experts. We have so many special guests, and I hope that they inspire you with their amazing journeys and them following their heartstream. So I'm pop singer-songwriter Kristina Lachaga, your host, and I am a former and forever Girl Scout, a lifetime member of Girl Scouts, and a forever Girl Scout, and a Girl Scout cookie lover, of course. So we are starting our first season of Smart as a Cookie. I am so honored to be your host and to kick off this podcast. This podcast is for everyone. Smart as a Cookie is for everyone, whether you're a Girl Scout, a Girl Guide, or neither of those things. Smart as a Cookie is for everyone because you are smart as a cookie. And our special guests are going to share so many tips and tricks and amazing advice to help you, whether you are going on an entrepreneurship journey, you are following your heartstream, you are trying to succeed in school, in tackling your goals, whatever you are doing. These special guests have so much advice to share that can literally be applied to anything that you are doing and pursuing. They have inspired me to follow my heartstream and to dream bigger and to want to share even more of these interviews with you. So stay tuned. Season 1 is kicking off right now. So we are kicking off season 1 with an incredible special guest. Her name is Mikaila Ulmer, and she is a female entrepreneur. She is from Texas, and she just turned 18 last year and started college. Incredible. Go, Mikaila. So Mikaila is the founder of Me and the Bees Lemonade. You may have seen her when she was quite little on Shark Tank. Everyone loves Shark Tank. You gotta love Shark Tank. So back in 2021, when I interviewed Mikaila for USA Girl Scouts Overseas Cookie Rally, her lemonade called Me and the Bees Lemonade, which, do we have any? Do we have any Me and the Bees Lemonade? Oh no, we drank it all up. We must have drunk it all up. We had some in the refrigerator, but we definitely drank it. We went on a search to find it. It's so good. We love her lemonade. So we'll have to get more, right? We'll have to get more. So when I first interviewed Mikaila back in 2021, her lemonade was in 800 stores, and they were working on expanding. And I literally just checked their website before filming this first episode. Me and the Bees Lemonade is now in 5,300 plus locations across the US. If it's out of the US too, that'd be incredible, but I believe it's across the US. They've expanded their online store. You can even get sticker sheets for like your water bottle or your laptop, and they are super cute. They are so cute. They've launched a new flavor of their lemonade called Black Cherry, which we definitely have to go try and go find that. And she also has a book called Be Fearless, Dream Like a Kid, which you'll hear a little bit more about as you listen to our podcast episode for her interview. So get ready to meet Mikaila Ulmer and get ready to be fearless and dream like a kid. And get ready. You're smart as a cookie. Here we go. I'm Kristina Lachaga, your host, and I'm so excited. We are here with Mikaila Ulmer. This is so exciting. Hi, thank you so much for joining me. Okay.
Joining me here.
This is so much fun. I love your background. You are honestly your goals with your with your setup. I love it.
Thank you.
So I'm going to give a little introduction for all the Girl Scouts that are tuning in so they know a little bit about you, and then we'll get into our chat. Sounds good?
Okay.
Okay, so Mikaila Ulmer is the founder and CEO of Me and the Bees Lemonade. We're going to try this later. She's an entrepreneur, a bee ambassador, a philanthropist, and an author. And I'm so excited. She launched her business back in Austin, Texas in 2009. And she landed a deal with Daymond John on the show Shark Tank. Oh my gosh, big fan. You can purchase her lemonade. I purchased it yesterday. She's gonna tell us where you can get it later. And Mikaila's book, Be Fearless, Dream Like a Kid, was released on August 18th, 2020. I'm so excited. Thank you, Mikaila, for joining us.
Thank you. And hello, Girl Scouts Global. So excited to talk with you guys today.
I am so excited. Okay. So, Mikaila, tell us a little bit about yourself, and I want to know. So, I heard that you started your lemonade business when you were just 4 years old.
Yes.
What is the story?
Okay, so hi, my name is Mikaila. I'm 16 years old. I'm a junior in high school. In my free time, I like going outside and gardening. I love playing VR with my friends and my younger brother, and I enjoy reading. I also have a pet dog and pet chickens, so I like to their end.
Have chickens.
Yes. But my story did start when I was 4.5 years old in Austin, Texas. I had a toy. It was like a baby alive or something, and my cousin had it, but my parents didn't want to get it for me, so they said you can either do some chores and earn some money to get it, or you can find a way to earn money another way. And of course, I'm like, I have already done too many chores. I want to find a way to get money some other way. And so over the summer, I was trying to figure out what products I can sell to earn money, and I got a 1940s cookbook from my Great Granny Helen that had her favorite recipe of flaxseed lemonade in it. So that was one. And then the second thing was I got stung by 2 bees in 1 week, and that was terrifying. I was afraid of the bees, and I wanted nothing to do with them. And so my parents encouraged me to do some research. I learned about how incredibly important pollinators the bees are, and that without the bees, we can't have a lot of the foods that we eat every single day. And so I decided, well, I'm learning that the bees are dying and that they're very important. And I also have an amazing flaxseed lemonade recipe. What if I combined the two and made honey sweetened flaxseed lemonade? So it was a way to turn a regular lemonade into a more unique product, help save the bees, and earn some money for my toy.
Oh my gosh, you are so inspiring. So we have girls tuning in from all over the globe. They're ranging in age from about 5 to 18. And honestly, to know that you started your business when you're just 4 years old and how far you've come by 16, it's incredible. So, oh my gosh. Everyone make sure that you tune in and make sure you listen to everything Mikaila has to say. This is so exciting. Okay, so you appeared on Shark Tank when you were just 10.
Yes.
And you convinced Daymond John to invest in your company. So what was that experience like? And what advice do you have for girls for a compelling pitch?
That's a good question. So, I mean, from just selling lemonade at a stand to actually going on Shark Tank, that was years of work in itself. I started selling at my stand, and then I signed up for local business fairs. And then I started teaching workshops about the bees because I wanted to find a way to help save the bees all year round. And then one of the stores that I was teaching a workshop at really liked my product. So they said, if you can find a way to bottle your product, I'd like to carry it in my store. And so even before we got on Shark Tank, we were in some stores in Austin. I had to know about my business. I had to know like what ingredients were in there, the story of how it started, and the numbers of where the company was now. So when Shark Tank said, would you be interested in auditioning? It was a yes, because we were actually growing out of the space where the lemonade was being produced right now. And so some tips that I would have for pitching, because it can be really, really nerve-wracking at first, is know who you're pitching to. So if you're pitching to kids, talk about how delicious this is. Talk about how they can bring it to snack at school. If you're pitching to adults, you can talk about how, like, for parents, like, this is a great snack for your kids. You can pack it for your kids for snack, or it's even great for all ages. It's a delicious snack for all ages. Just make sure you research who you're pitching to. I had to research who Daymond John is and who Lori Grenier is to make sure that I am make sure that I'm representing my business in the best way to whoever I'm talking to.
And I love that, because what Girl Scouts is all about. So I'm a former Girl Scout. And I remember being at my cookie booth and trying to sell those cookies. And you have all different types of people that are coming up to your cookie booth, and they all are very interested in the cookies. So you have to know your product, right?
Yes.
Know your product. And like you said, make a compelling pitch to exactly who you're talking to. So basically your skill that you're covering today is people skills. So knowing your product and your customer, perfect. Talking to and meeting new people. I think what are some good advice when you're trying to get someone to maybe come over to your stand and get them to maybe get engaged and buy some cookies? Well, your lemonade, but some Girl Scout cookies.
Yes. So I mean, based on what I've experienced, because I remember standing at my booth as well and trying to get people to come over and try my product. What I had to do is I made a list of the most popular, like the best things about my product. Honey sweetened lemonade. Would you like to try some prickly pear lemonade? Because most people don't know what that is. Or would you like to try some delicious cold lemonade? So what I would do is I would figure out what are some different things that I can call my product. And then I would kind of tell them to people walking by. And I would take note of what people came over to, what people said no to and passed by, and whichever ones worked the best, those are the ones that I would use for the rest of the day. So even if you get a no from a customer, that doesn't mean that that was a completely useless experience. You can use that and say, okay, maybe this phrase doesn't work. Let's try another one. And that's one thing that I learned to eventually get more customers stopping by my booth every day. And another thing is asking questions and making the experience interactive when people come to your booth. Like, have you ever tried flaxseed lemonade? Have you ever tried this cookie flavor? Or have you even heard of this new flavor? Would you like to try some? And getting customers to say yes or no or maybe makes it kind of more of a two-way dialogue instead of you just trying to pitch a product. So those are some really helpful ones that I learned and definitely saved me, because I was nervous at first asking people to try my product.
Yeah, and I think that's great, especially when you make it about the other person. They are more likely to not just be like, when you're in the mall and they want you to try something, they're like, here. It's like,
yes.
No, that's all right. Make it about the other person. So that's really nice. And I think what's really great is that you said in your book, you mentioned it's all about the experience and creating a great experience for the customer. Now, I think looking at Mikaila's background, she's a great example of a way that you can maybe brand your cookie booth, Girl Scouts. So take note, get a little screenshot, make sure you're like, hey, how can I make my booth stand out and make it special? My mom's over there and she's like, I wonder what her booth looks like. It is so bright and colorful, all bee themed. Well, Girl Scouts, you're going to have a cookie theme, but so perfect. Maybe you could theme it with like your You've Got This or the horse theme that we have, or maybe we have Reach for the Stars. Lots of themes going on.
Themes, catchphrases.
I love it. That's so perfect. Okay. So what do you think about when you picture someone with great people skills? Because I think communication and being a friendly person, what are some ways that girls can be inviting to their booth?
Well, I think the first most important one, and I know you hear this so much, so I'm going to put a new twist to it. I always say be you. And this is pretty important because especially for me, when I was at a business fair, I was standing in a booth and then there were other kids also trying to sell right next to me. And so I remember trying to copy how they were trying to sell their product. Do not try to sell like other people. Try to let your personality shine. If you're nervous talking in front of people, like try recording a video. Or, I mean, we literally have a songwriter and singer. You can make a song, just whatever your special skills are or whatever you enjoy doing and are confident at, then try to use that skill to your advantage instead of trying to sell like everyone else. So it's okay to have your own twist to selling your product. And then another one about people skills is the main one is kind of trying to stay calm. It can be really nerve-wracking standing and trying to pitch your product. I know this because I was on Shark Tank and I was told, hey, millions of people are going to watch this. This is like a time for you to represent your company to millionaires and billionaires. You want to do the best that you can. And that was very high stakes. So I realized that if you're nervous about something, that means that you really care about it. And so it's okay to be nervous. I think the biggest thing is take deep breaths, because that's probably why you have butterflies in your stomach. If you do, is take deep breaths and be confident in yourself and the product that you're selling. And I think just confidence is the most important people skill. I think the other ones come with that. There's so many things to learn when it comes to interacting with people, but that's probably the main tip that I've learned and that I would give.
That's perfect. I think ultimately going back to the branding was so cool is that Girl Scouts, like she said, if you love, so girls are going to be at their booth. If they're at their booth, they're going to be with the other Girl Scouts in their troop. So what's something fun that all you girls love? Maybe, like she said, maybe you do want to write a cookie song and you can sing your cookie song to the customers. Who knows? That'd be so cute. I would buy cookies. I'd be like, oh my gosh, let's buy an extra box because they were so creative. That's so cool. Okay, so what do you think is the most important thing when talking to new potential customers?
I think the most important thing is making sure that you represent yourself and whoever you're selling cookies on behalf of, so the Girl Scouts well. And the best way to do that is by staying professional, because you want to make sure that you are talking about your cookies in a good way, but you're also staying focused on the task at hand. My dad always said, when I was working at my booth, he always said, work now, play later. So when you're at the booth, you have to be present with what you're working on then. And so whatever you're working on, whether it's interacting with your other Girl Scouts at the booth or interacting with your customers, you want to make sure that you are doing it in a professional way, in a way that is shining a bright light on the Girl Scouts and who you are.
Oh my gosh, that's so amazing. And your dad has some great advice. Okay, so it is so cool that not only are you one of Time Magazine's top 30 most influential teens,
Thank you.
you also became a published author. Okay, I'm gonna totally show this off. Be a YouTuber.
Yes.
And I see it. I know, right? You see, I have some pages marked. So, can you share one tip from your book, Be Fearless, Dream Like a Kid, with Girl Scouts that are preparing for the cookie program during a fairly challenging time?
That's an amazing question, because so Be Fearless is my book about how I started and grew Me and the Bees, but also business tips that you can either use if you want to start your own product or idea, or if you're selling pretty much Girl Scouts. However you're selling a product, these tips can be applied. And so one thing that I love is that there are these little business ideas that are sprinkled throughout the book, and they're kind of just little tips. Like, if you want to mark something, or if you want to remember this in this chapter, here's the main idea that you should remember. So I've highlighted a couple for you. Perfect. And I'm super excited to share this. So the first one is, don't underestimate the importance of personal and quick responses through social media and email. It sends the message that each customer and buyer matters to your business. That is so important, especially now that so many things are online, and it's easier to get disconnected than if we were in person all the way. Honestly, sending a quick message to friends and family, to potential customers, is so important, especially if it's a personalized message. So that's one thing that I found super helpful. Let me get the other ones that I've bookmarked, because
and that's so great, Girl Scouts, when you are selling through your digital cookie platforms. If you're like DMing, or maybe you're texting or emailing, I think that's so important to maybe personalize it. So it's not just like, hey everyone, maybe say, hey Uncle Tim, hey Mikaila.
Yes.
And write a cute little message, maybe what you've been up to and what your goals are for when you're selling your cookies.
Yes. Some other ones are, when you fail, don't punish yourself harshly, but learn what you did wrong and try again. So this goes back to, what customers react to. Well, do they react well to me saying this, or do they react badly? And how can I improve the next time? Your business shouldn't define you. You will define your business. So you are a part of the Girl Scouts. And like I said, you want to make sure that you are representing the Girl Scouts in a well way with really nice characteristics. And then I think my last one is, when you ask questions, you're not asking for help necessarily. You can be asking to learn. So asking questions and curiosity is so important in business because it allows you to grow. And even if, like I always say, don't be afraid to ask for help, because there's always help at the Hive. There's always people who you can ask questions to for improving your sales, or if you need help, or if you're having technical issues. Always remember that you have a hive of people to it can be teachers or friends at school, but you have a hive of people to help and who want to teach you as well.
Yes, and Mikaila's a part of my hive. She helped me make sure I got this Zoom set up correctly.
It's definitely a team effort.
Got it all fixed. That's amazing. So last question. So we love how you use your powers for good. I want to know a little bit more about your Healthy Hive Foundation.
Yes, so I started with Me and the Bees, and we started doing a bunch of fun flavors. We did mint and prickly pear and ginger lemonade, and we always, with every single bottle, we sweetened it with honey, because that's what honeybees make, and then we donate a portion of the proceeds that we make to organizations that are helping the bees. And so that's called social entrepreneurship, when you start a business to do good in the world. That's what you guys are already doing. But I also wanted to find a way to kind of save the bees even more. So in 2016, I started a nonprofit. And so what a nonprofit does is it's not for profit, it's all giving back. And so through that, I'm able to teach about the bees and do workshops. I'm able to go and also research about them. So figure out why they're dying and what specific things are most successful in helping save the bees and the butterflies and the pollinators. And then I'm able to actively protect them. So doing fun projects like starting beehives, turning regular land from campuses or businesses into bee-friendly land with flowers and pollinator-friendly plants. So that's all part of the Healthy Hive Foundation. And I love being able to do both Me and the Bees and the Healthy Hive.
That's so incredible. And I have some of your lemonade right here. I'm thinking maybe we should take a sip.
Let's cheers.
Cheers, okay. Cheers to a successful cookie season.
Yes.
To all of your success.
Thank you.
And where can Girl Scouts pick up some of your Me and the Bees lemonade? I know there's a lot of flavors.
Yes. So a lot of people still think that I still sell the lemonade stand. And although that's such a fun part of Me and the Bees, that's not where we are right now. We're actually in stores, which I'm really excited to say. So currently, we are in around 800 stores around the United States. We're not international yet, but we are working on it. So if you do want to try the product, then you can go to our website, which is meandthebees.com, and there's a where to buy page, and you can type in your zip code and it'll show up with stores near you. But even if you can't try the product, you can still get the book. You can still try the lip balms, which is a new part. There's Me and the Bees lip balms. There's recipes to make with the lemonade, and there's different activities you can help save the bees and learn about them. So Me and the Bees is pretty much the hub for all things bees and me and my business.
I love it. And before you go, I just want to read something that I loved in the book. I wrote it down because I didn't want to make sure I could find it. So here we go. Okay. So you were able to meet former President Barack Obama and former First Lady Michelle Obama. That's incredible. And the quote, you were talking about how you went to the Easter egg roll and how you got the egg with his signature on it. Yes. And how you have it, and it's something that you think of all the things that you've accomplished. So this is just something inspirational, Girl Scouts, I wanted to share with you. So when you dream big, like starting a business from the ground up, your rewards are big too. And only because I had a dream and didn't let go of that dream, I was given those opportunities. So Girl Scouts, dream big.
Dream like a kid.
Dream like a kid.
The biggest dreamers, guys. The biggest dreamers. And we dream of possibilities instead of the obstacles. So if there's a time to get started right now, thank you, Miss Kristina, for the quote. But you guys are honestly amazing. Continue dreaming like a kid.
I love it. Thank you so much, Mikaila. This was incredible. And I'm so excited. Everyone follow Mikaila on social media. Check her out. Check out Me and the Bees and get some of this delicious lemonade. And be fearless. Dream like a kid.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you so much, Mikaila. You have been a fabulous guest. We loved having you be part of our cookie rally. And I have a special surprise. If you are watching the video version of our podcast, you can check it out on Spotify and YouTube. You can see that I am holding Me and the Bees lemonade. I have this one. It's pink. It's with prickly pear. So this one, we tried this. Delicious. Oh my gosh, delicious. I'll say it louder for the podcast. Delicious. So this is prickly pear. We also have the classic flavor. Tip it back so you don't get the ring light reflection for anyone watching. Yeah, so Me and the Bees lemonade, you can go to Mikaila's website, which is meandthebees.com. Obviously 2 E's and B's. And you can find where you can check out Mikaila's lemonades in store. So you can go to meandthebees.com. There is a where to buy where you can go to their locator. You can put in your zip code, put in your town, and you can see what store you can get her lemonade. We went to, where did we go to? Whole Foods? I think we went to Whole Foods. We got her lemonade at Whole Foods, and delicious. A sweet and tart treat. We love it. I hope you loved our episode with Mikaila Ulmer. Make sure you follow at Mikaila's Bees on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for the latest updates from Me and the Bees Lemonade and Mikaila herself. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you in our next episode. On Mikaila's website, you can also learn about her Healthy Hive Foundation. And if you go to youtube.com/Kristina Lachaga, you can watch us play Before the Cookie Crumbles, our signature USA Girl Scouts Overseas cookie rally game. You can learn even more about Mikaila. And it was so much fun playing Before the Cookie Crumbles with her because, that's the way the cookie crumbles. We'll see you in our next episode. Thank you so much for tuning in to Smart as a Cookie, the podcast, presented by USA Girl Scouts Overseas in partnership with me, Kristina Lachaga. To learn more about USA Girl Scouts Overseas, visit usagso.org. USA Girl Scouts Overseas brings Girl Scouts to daughters of military, foreign service, and American expat families around the world, and to girls in American or international schools. An operating unit of the Girl Scouts of the USA, USAGSO ensures that no matter where American families move, they will have access to the Girl Scout leadership experience. Follow USA Girl Scouts Overseas on Facebook and at GS Overseas on Instagram. You can also follow me, Kristina Lachaga, your host, on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, Snapchat, pretty much wherever, at Kristina Lachaga. And I can't wait to hear about your favorite episode, your favorite guest, and your favorite moment from Smart as a Cookie. Hey, it's me with the disclaimer here. So don't forget that this interview aired at Cookie Rally 2021. So a lot of our guests have been up to so many amazing things since 2021. For the most up-to-date info and all the projects that they're working on and their companies are working on, or what they're doing with their athletic careers or all their amazing things, all their social media. Make sure you check out our special guests' social media, website, and official channels. And if you liked the music that you heard during this episode, it's RSVP by me, Kristina Lachaga. So you can check it out on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, Google Play, wherever you check out your music and listen to your music. You can add it to your library and you can add it to your playlist. Thanks for listening. Thank you so much. And I'll see you for our next episode. Talk soon. And remember, you are smart as a cookie. No, go get a Girl Scout cookie. See ya.
I've got your back, you've got mine. For the rest of time. I've got your back, you've got mine. For the rest of time.